Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quests and Chaos. This is D&D Minis Unboxing with Alandra and Thomas. That's...
Let's be real. I did some retail therapy, and it resulted in an obscene number of minis, and then I called Thomas and was like, hey, do you want to just unbox these with me so that we can see what we get? So we got just far too many, and we will unbox them and talk about them and chat about games and answer your questions and, I don't know, play tic-tac-toe, whatever it is we do on this channel. Hi, Twitch. We haven't been here in a long time. We missed you.
Twitch!
You can see we brought my beloved outhouse mimic buddy here to also model our...
Emotional support outhouse mimic.
Yes, my emotional support outhouse mimic. All right. I just grabbed these randomly to start.
Yeah.
So
this is also going to ask us anything, because, you know.
Yeah. Normally, this is our Call of Cthulhu slot. However, we had a couple of cast members out because the benefit and detriment of casting wonderful actors and people who have lives is that sometimes they're in shows and also have lives. And so we had to take a couple weeks off. So we're doing this. We have 4 bricks of D&D minis tonight over here. We've got Phandelver and Below the Shattered Obelisk because I have a different campaign that I want to run that can probably use a lot of these same minis. But I told Thomas, hey, if you want to make this into content, I will loan you any of the major characters for the stream game that we are playing, which you can find on our YouTube channel if you haven't been watching. YouTube.com/questsandchaos. We're gonna get banned because I said it out loud. You know where to find us. Google us.
Yeah.
I also have a brick of the Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden minis and the kind of accompanying Snowbound minis because at some point I'm going to end up running a Frostmaiden campaign. And then I have a bunch of, if I can get to them, Von Richten's Guide to Ravenloft minis because they were on sale. And that's how we make decisions around.
So these were actually, some of these were ordered right from Wizkids, right?
Yes. There's a bunch of stuff, it might still be on sale. A bunch of things were on sale on Wizkids where you could get a brick. A brick is 8 boxes, still sealed in the factory wrap. You could get a brick for $75. Yeah. Which was an amazingly good deal considering that usually a box retails for like 20 to 25.
We want to talk about how old I am when I got my first box of Dungeons & Dragons miniatures.
I mean, we can just talk about the fact that they used to come with more than 4.
Yes. The year, I think it was 2001.
Oh.
Or 2000. Yeah, they came in 10 in a box. It was $12.
That was a time to be alive. The Beanie Baby bubble had just burst, and now you could move on to spending that money on D&D minis.
Yeah. So, it was a skirmish game at the time. There's actually, Wizkids just came out with a new skirmish game.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Probably also going to die soon.
You know, they're also shutting down their really cute, the really cute Magic the Gathering themed, auto battler that was a mobile game. Apparently shutting down, which I was very sad about. It was adorable. Anyway, I pre-sliced the tape on that one for you.
Cool. I think before we get too far, I think we definitely, it has been a while since we've been on Twitch.
That's true.
Definitely shouting out.
Oh, absolutely.
People that are in Twitch, like Warped Bob.
Warped Bobby, hello.
Yes.
So good to see you.
Hey, Tiana's on.
Ah.
Yeah. Lurking. Mike the Giant.
Hello.
Thank you. That does sound like a new name to me.
It sounds vaguely familiar to me. So, but I also spend a lot more time in chat than in the last days of us being on Twitch before we shifted things over. I spent a lot more time in the chat than most people did because we weren't letting the players have it at the table, and I was moderating from the control room. Yeah. So I probably recognize a bunch of weird names for weird reasons.
Wolf Druid Rose sounds like a new name, potentially the same person with a new name.
Yeah. Duke Fleeg, welcome your grace.
Yeah. I can't read well.
That's fine. I just had to catch up. Void the Chaos Gremlin. Icewind Dale is an amazing campaign. That was how I first met Quests and Chaos, and it was a lovely game full of murder. We enjoyed it immensely. Let's see. Free Winter Mute. Hello, welcome. We had you at D&D unboxing. Well, stick around because we're gonna be doing it for a while. And Jay Matthews. Hello. Hello. No Dark Sun figures, unfortunately. Thomas might have some in his collection from back in the day. I don't know if that was a campaign that you did.
I never played it.
Okay.
My brother had the box set when I was a kid, and most of my D&D stuff was my brother's, but it's mine now.
I was gonna say that is the tradition.
Yeah,
you steal it from your siblings.
His kids both play, which is super fun.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, my nieces are Dungeons and Dragons players as well.
Yeah, I did the reverse of the normal, which is that I got back into it through my younger sibling. When I joined into his, he was playing. It was a Pathfinder campaign with a bunch of his friends, and they were like, "Your sister's cool; she can join," and it's a good thing because I was, as is tradition, the only cleric, the only one with healing.
Nice.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oof.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, there's a box right here.
Yeah, you want to start? You want me to start?
You should start.
Okay.
You should start. Who knows how long this will take? This episode is not sponsored by Leatherman because I could not find it.
This is sponsored by this very ancient X-Acto blade that's been floating around the office for a bit. We are blessed. We are truly blessed because I have pulled, as my very first mini, a spooter! If you've been around the channel for any length of time, you may know that I collect giant spiders. Sadly, one of the minis I don't have here tonight for us to unbox is I did order the newest iteration of Lolth, the Spider Queen, so that she could sit behind me when I stream from home.
Nice.
She has not arrived yet, though, but I have this guy who is so cool. I love him. Very happy. If we end up doing a paint stream, I have a bunch of spiders to paint, so I can bring those too.
See, the next ones are going to be minis.
Yes,
or
so that's
medium creatures, so I'll switch over to that, see what happens.
Oh.
I don't know what will happen.
Okay, this one, it looks like we got... Oh, here we got our this is a psionic goblin.
Oh, I mean, you need many of those.
Yeah.
There are two main types of psionic goblins in Phandelver and below, and I forget what they are. Like a Psi Commander?
Oh, I was
Blade?
just looking at this.
I literally read it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, there's two kinds, right? The other thing that I brought that I left in the other room, didn't grab before we sat down, was I did bring one of my plastic storage boxes so that we could yeet all the tiny ones into there. I'll go grab that another point. Oh, here we go. This is a fun friend. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is a Drow Matron Mother. If you also have seen me on the channel before, you know that I love playing Drow. There is a third-party campaign that I got the book for called Rise of the Drow, which I want to run at some point in person, and that's partly why I got these guys.
So a big campaign that I played in 2007 was Drow Wars, which was a 3-book campaign from level 1 to level 30.
Oh, nice.
And this is back when Wizards of the Coast had forums, and they'd be like, looking for groups.
Oh, yeah.
And I answered a weird ad to meet somebody in Berkeley at a game store, or it was a bar.
I was going to say, in Berkeley, it was a dark alley on campus somewhere.
Yeah. It was a bar, but they had board games. It was some famous bar that's there. I don't know what it is. Or popular local hangout. Anyway, and one of the other members that was there who showed up was this guy named Ezra.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
And then you never spoke to him again.
Well, he came with a guy named Steve because Steve wanted a buddy to go meet strangers at a bar. Steve ended up playing one session and bailing on it.
I was going to say, safety in numbers, and also that's how we adopted Ezra.
Yeah.
Okay. And our last one from this box is our little everybody's favorite, a Crystal Grick.
I'm like, do I have anything closer? Nope.
No, sorry.
No.
I can just.
Oh, I mean, it's fairly
Now we can
big.
just.
Oh, now it's going around the edges.
All right.
Nice. Anyway, in that campaign, I think that I had well, I was a cleric warrior, but somehow I got a favored enemy. I don't really remember what it was. Oh no! We had I think I chose Elfbane as a enchantment to my weapon, and we didn't encounter an elf until like the third book. There aren't drow until the third book in Drow Wars. So.
Ooh.
Oh, we need to
Friends.
Here, you wanna?
Yeah, I can.
I'll let you pop that out because I gotta switch this over to large creatures.
Yeah, the fun part of this is like, I was like, we'll just go back and forth, and I'm like, that's not how this is going to end up working. It looks like we have everybody's favorite, an Etten Ceramorph. So that's a giant, horrible, two-headed Spider-Man who is also being possessed by a Mind Flayer tadpole.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that fits on the screen.
Yeah, that's awful. Thanks, I hate it.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. Dro. Who does Dro?
I don't think I've ever heard Dro.
Drow. Let's see. I'm just looking at the chat. Thank you guys.
Grick. These canonical spelling used for Grick is Grick. I'm sure there are probably alternate spellings, but that's the one on the bottom of the minifig.
And a halfling zombie.
Oh, nice. We love that.
There's an axe sticking out of its head.
Oh, that's convenient. He brought his own weapon of destruction. I like that.
Yeah.
Good times. Here, you want some more?
Is there more things in here?
Yeah. Since you've already got it on the close-up now, you can.
Yeah. All right. This is a flying creature. Again, not easy. It's a Sturge.
That's probably a Sturge. I mean, it looks like a Sturge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's
definitely a Sturge.
Those crop up every so often just to make our lives difficult. We like them.
D&D mosquitoes.
Yeah.
All right. And then, it's a Grimlock.
Oh. I haven't seen one of those in a module in a hot minute.
I don't really remember much about the Grimlock.
Yeah. They don't come up like it's definitely like a thing in the monster manual, but they just don't come up that often is the problem. So, yeah, no, the Phandelver, you guys will see, I don't think I held it for a comparison. The Phandelver and below boxes are the smallest of our box sizes. Everything else are these like real beefy boys. And it's because so much of what you find in this is goblins. But there's a lot of goblins and a lot of drow, two things that are very handy to just have an excessive number of if you play a lot of in-person D&D. So,
let me see if I can do, is there a, I have no idea how to do a poll in this. This has been way too long since we've done anything like this.
We have to relearn how to Twitch. Oh no.
Oh my, that looks like an interesting mini that you can't see right now.
Oh yeah, no, I was saving this. I feel like this is a warning for something, but I don't remember which phobia it is. Yeah, that is. Sorry, let me double check what this is. Yeah, this is an encephalon cluster.
Egg cluster.
Yeah, seems fine.
Everything's fine.
This is fine. Yeah, for those of you who want to see some of these horrors in action, you can watch our Phandelver campaign and see how many of these things make it into the module and how many of these things the players just manage to skip, because that's something we're infamous for doing. I think this is
scrambled eggs. Yeah, if you hit it, hit it with a bludgeoning weapon enough times,
and some fire.
Yeah.
This is a corrupted villager.
Yes, that is a thing that happens in Phandelver and below. where we're at right now, we're just heading back.
Yeah.
Actually, we did sort of a premonition, a dream sequence in Phandelver and below that alluded to the townsfolk getting warped and changed, just to try and tie it in a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Globophobia. Thank you, Encore Vivant. That I knew it wasn't the trypophobia. That's the holes. It's like the reverse of holes. This is just your normal, everyday, exposed intestine zombie.
Nice.
Got a little bit of gangster lean going on, which I think means is going to go in my pile of minis that need to get just a little bit of heat applied.
Yeah. So you don't think that's as designed?
No, weirdly I don't. I think it's just a little too far back to be intentional.
I have a mummy that's like that, and it's like,
There was something I pulled from a boneyard box recently. I think it was also a mummy. They're just always like real leaning.
yeah.
And here we have just our standard dual wielding drow.
Not unnamed dual wielding drow.
Yeah. Well, if it has a green cape, it's Drist, and if it doesn't have a green cape, it's generic drow number 37. It's kind of like if you're in a Shakespeare play, you're either, Hamlet or your spirit carrier number whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is funny to me how many of the drow minis that I have been able to find are male drow, though, given that drow is a matriarchal culture traditionally. I'm like, I feel like I should have more ladies. So.
Well, I mean, yes.
Just in
on the other hand,
general spread of things.
They just send their males out to die.
This is true.
And then kill them if they don't do what they want.
Yeah, kill them or turn them into driders. Because,
Yeah.
that's what they're there for.
Hand me a box as well.
Here, I'll slice this one hand.
You can pre-slice another one.
Yeah, I'll just pre-slice everything. If I'd gotten here a little earlier, I would have pre-prepped these for faster opening. More so, I just didn't because traffic was wild. Ooh!
This is this. All right, so this is. It is not your standard Otiug. It is an Otiug mutate, which is translucent in colors. You know what I actually want to see? If you are a Phandelver player, don't pay attention right now. I'm looking.
Yeah,
they missed an opportunity to do something truly amazing.
Oh, I know what you're looking for.
But it is there is nothing on the inside of that. But that is a spectacular Otiug.
I guess spoiler warning if you are a player in our or any other Phandelver and below campaign right now. You might see some monsters.
The large. Let's see if you get a better shot with the large. You can see the whole thing.
Oh.
All right, and then okay. Well, this is a good.
Oh.
This is a Goblin Psi Brawler.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, just throw our goblins across there. Here, buddies.
Yeah. The so that one does say just psychic goblin, which means which is weird because it looks more dangerous than the Psi Brawler, which is an actual.
I mean, but have you ever been punched by a monk in D&D like 45 times? Because this is just basically a D&D monk with psionics. So
nice, that makes sense. Put some goblins over there. We then have just another zombie with exposed entrails.
We really got to get folks working on the headshots here. We got a lot of intestinal viscera on these minis and not a lot of exploded heads.
This is very fun too. A psionic ashen rite.
Oh. Yeah, that.
If you so I've read the next chapter. And it's like, oh, I know what all of these things are. If they're in the next chapter.
Yes.
So this looks like Duragar Ashen Rite? Is that what he said? Psionic Ashenrite. However, I believe it is
the
a
Ashenrite
Duragar.
is like a Duragar
Yeah.
specific sort of thing. I'm actually really impressed that we haven't so far gotten a duplicate. Because one of the benefits of this is I can get like a whole army maybe of goblins or drow or whatever out of him.
Yeah.
But we did get
Jeez.
my favorite beefy boy. It's a big blue slod.
Yeah. Dang.
Oh, look at them cheeks.
And there it is. Spinning around.
Ugh.
Actually, look at the face on this thing. That's obviously, the better minis have better paint jobs. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, as I say, that one's pretty impressive.
They don't list the rarity on these anymore.
No, that's why I've got Minis Gallery pulled up over here to like be able to cross check. I opened a couple of single boneyards recently, and like first pull was the zombie T-Rex, and I was like, oh no, okay, here we go.
Actually, I have no idea where to put those. 'Cause we've got this.
They'll just keep piling up, and then we'll deal with them later. You can just watch our horde grow.
Curse. Duke Flake says Curse of Slod.
Ah,
Yeah. Oh, it's
not a bad crossover.
Strahd, but it's a Slod, and it just so Strahd shows up randomly to taunt the characters. Slod would just show up and like drool on you and hit you with acid.
It could be kind of a fun like variant when if like you're playing through and you're trying to make Strahd seem more threatening, is have him like show up, do a taunt, and then like morph into a Slod, or have a Slod he summons a Slod and then like vampire bamfs out of there.
Yeah. I think what would make him more scary is if he just showed up and killed all the PCs. Hey, you're first level or you're third level at this point, and just kill him.
But that was just the point. The entire point is that he likes the game. Like that's his whole thing. Here we have an Encephalon Gemule.
Okay.
Which kind of just looks like a Modron had an accident.
Yeah.
This is like a Modron that fell into an acid vat or something.
Okay.
I don't remember where these show up in the module, so I have no commentary on them. But it's nice and silver. It's very cute. A classic. This is just a wolf.
Nice.
Because it's just really good to have a wolf. And then for those of you who have played through the first 2 or 3 chapters, have gotten through the first part of Phandelver and Below, which is just Lost Mines of Phandelver, you may recognize our old buddy, Nesnar the Spider. That's him.
He's got a lean.
Yeah, he's got some lean, and his staff is a little bit warped, but it does have a big spider on the bottom, so I'm here for it.
Oh wow, that is
Yeah.
He's
probably it's like an action shard. He's like mid casting a spell.
Yeah,
Getting
it's
the
motion
energy
blur,
warp.
yeah.
It's the motion blur. Yeah.
Thank you. Take my scissors.
I think I pre-slit all of them.
Sponsored by Stanley Scissor Company.
Yeah.
Don't know if there's actually a Stanley Scissor Company.
I mean, maybe. Either that or you stole those scissors from someone named Stanley.
You didn't need that one anyway, did you?
Probably not.
Although,
Is it a spider?
I don't.
Oh.
It's it's hollow too.
Oh. Yeah.
It is in ochre jelly.
And this is a different one from the standard ochre jelly because we have the like regular default ochre jelly in our collection.
Yeah.
I use it all the time. So
That's
got a horrifying face.
Yeah. It's actually really interesting that it is hollow.
Oh.
I mean, kind of through there, you can kind of see it. I mean, obviously from a production perspective, you save a lot of
material.
I'm going to put it this way because it's going to come around. But the inside of it, there's like black painting and stuff on the inside of the mouth, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's very cool. And it's interesting because it looks so much more flame based because of the shape of the like armlets than the other ochre jelly, like the default ochre jelly that kind of is more like a snail blob.
Yeah.
So it's a very cool one though. It's also interesting. How much does this guy? Okay, he's a little beefy. One of the Van Richten's boxes when I was unwrapping the outer wrapping is significantly heavier than the other ones. So I'm like, oh, we got something chonky in there.
Nice.
That was very, very
Anyway,
interesting.
as we were talking, we've got tiny ones to do here. So let's pop this out. Another Sturge. Drop it on there while I...
Our first duplicate!
And it's, you're going to be hit with Sturges as well.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Drow Priestess.
Nice.
Is it Priestess?
I think it's Priestess.
Yes. I did watch the Mario Brothers movie last night.
Oh.
It was better than expected, I guess. Actually, it was about what I thought.
Okay.
No, it was different. It was different. So
We'll accept different.
yeah. Drow Priestess.
Yeah.
So this is the medium shot. I'm gonna adjust this thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop the top down a little bit, move it up, because we're not seeing all the feet.
Gotta get those foot shots in. That's how we pay our bills, Thomas.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not allowed on streams anymore.
If Ezra alludes to me having a only fan feet thing one more time, though, that GDS is canceled.
Look, I have long threatened the midnight stream, which is just the stream in our OnlyFans, and it's exactly the same as all of our other streams. We're just a lot more drunk because it's midnight and we're several in.
Nice. Intellectual... What? Intellectual storm?
Oh, yeah, just a casual
Snare.
intellectual storm.
Intelligence snare. I can't really read that. You want to try and read that? That's
let me take a
interesting.
quick look. Yeah, you got it. Intellect snare. That seems like some mind flayer shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
And then I have to flip back. See
God.
the chat.
Oh,
What are you guys talking? What are you guys talking about? I'm missing out. I feel like when I'm not in the chat, I'm missing out.
QVC style
Yeah.
overlay. What would it say? It would just be like running links to our Patreon.
Oh, you know what is nice about the streaming on Twitch? Again, Warren had to. We were beta testing a procedure to get our WooCommerce shopping cart connected to YouTube.
Oh,
Which was not available. I don't know if it is. So we have, when you're streaming to YouTube, we can highlight products as we talk about them, and they pop up on screen. And if you click it, it goes straight to our store.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty handy. Twitch doesn't have that. I forget what Twitch has.
A much more functional back-end moderators panel.
Yeah.
That's the thing I remember. Okay, we've got another duplicate. So just a quick, we got another one of our little
Psionic Goblins, which is great for Psionic Goblin attacks.
Yeah, no, like the nice thing about doing the bricks is that you have a higher likelihood of getting more of your like horde of goblins or your army of drow or your 400 sturges that you're gonna need. I recently ran a one-shot where I needed a bunch of kobolds, and I realized I did not have any, so I had to go hunt down, gonna get, 2 packages of the Kobold Warband to just have enough to, actually feel like it's fun threading. Here we go. We got a Durgar Zombie.
Nice. Is that also... That's a different one than...
That is different from our other guy. He's more infected.
Ashenwright.
This guy's just normal.
This one's an Ashenwright, though.
Oh, yes, an Ashenwright. Thank you. We got a variant little flame skull, little flameo. He's nice and green and awful. Very similar to, but different than a demi-lich, which I know we've got in stock here. And this is our big boy, and it's big and terrible. Please enjoy my plastic. This is a Cloaker Mutate.
I'm going to go huge on this thing.
Yeah.
Cloaker Mutate.
A Cloaker Mutate.
I am here for this.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure I save his plastic because I might need that for transport later. He's just our favorite horrifying manta ray
what?
flying monster friend.
What? It's like merged with a human skeleton.
Yeah, well, okay, so you know how, like a centaur has human upper body and then horse bottom, or a drider, human upper body, spider legs. This has human upper body and then a horrible, like, wyvern attached, like, manta ray wyvern attached.
This is insane.
Cool, sorry.
Oh, is it the last box?
It's the last box. Last box of this set. We have 30 more boxes. Sorry, no, math was wrong. We have 24 more boxes. I'm not rolling dice. I turned off the math side of my brain.
This looks similar to the last one they did.
Oh, is that Oh, it's the Roper.
It's a Roper.
Oh, the good Roper.
Mr. Roper.
I definitely had a character that tried to adopt one of those in a campaign for like 30 seconds, and then it started hissing at us, and she was like, never mind, it's not cute.
I suppose, how many different versions of a Roper can you make?
Yes.
But this one does suspiciously look just like the old one, except that this one has a clear base as opposed to a black base.
Yeah. Let's I'm just gonna cheat a little bit and go over here and be like, what are they listing as our like uncommons versus our rares? Apparently this is a rare large, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're at least using the same mold for the sake of not having to remold. There's only so many ways that you can do tentacled murder stalagmite.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. We did not get the jargon.
Oof. Is this another? What? No.
Is that the troglodyte?
It's a troglodyte something.
Okay.
Do you have an actual word that you can read there?
Yeah.
Just troglodyte?
It's just, well, I don't know what it says on the base, but yeah, agree, this is just a troglodyte.
Yeah. And I've got these giant glasses.
If you guys...
Oh, you know what? I mean, it's on a slight delay, but we have this,
Oh, hey.
boom. So that is the Drow
Just
Assassin. We happen to have a 16-foot television over there. That is the close-up mini camera.
Yeah, we originally had it as the close-up on the main so we could see ourselves, and immediately we're like, we're not gonna do that. I can see every pore. Like, no. Oh, man. See, okay, but that's confusing, because, okay, clearly more of a lady, but she's wearing green, which is classically how we can tell Drids from every other Drow.
Yeah, this is not a forest green, I would say.
That's true. I mean, I guess the Phandelver color is just like acid murder green, so that tracks.
All right, and then the last one is a zombie.
A classic little zombie. Oh,
with
he's got a spear through the neck. Good time.
Those are fun. And more green. I mean, again, that's weird,
like the Phandelver green, though. Yeah. That's the like, what's that glowing from the Underdark green?
Yeah. Similar but different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more icky.
Yeah.
Is that
That's a technical term.
Is that the right artistic term for that color green?
I believe that is the technical term. More icky.
Nice.
All right.
Do you need to separate these into a different thing?
I will sort them and record them later, because I'm gonna like go home, log them, and then any of these that are like, especially for the big boys, the key ones, if you guys want to use them for stream, I will bring back stick a little dot with my initials on it so we can find them again later. But that's fine. We can either just sweep them to the side, or I can very gently scoop everybody up and stuff them in a box to just clear the table a little bit. The larges might have to just live on the table.
We can just slide everything up forward, get them out of the way. Garbage has just been thrown on the ground.
Yeah, some of the bubble wrap I may reuse for like the real Fragile ones, but for the most part, we'll just deal with that afterwards. Icewind Dale next?
Yeah.
Since that was the other one in the thumbnail. When we talked about this earlier, I was like, I have 2 bricks. I have Icewind Dale and I have Pab. And we're like, great, let's do it. And then when I went to leave my house, the other 2 bricks were on my porch. And I went, well, We've got all of these. If you'd be interested in watching us open just a metric ton of Magic the Gathering boosters, I also have a lot of those. So if that's something that people would be interested in watching, let me know.
Yeah. So growing up, I pronounced it Dritz. Even though that's not correct.
Oh, I was gonna say that. I don't know if I'm correct.
It's like Drizzed. And then Drizzits. Because when he comes out of the Underdark for the first time, there are kids there that calls him a Drizzit. Drizzit.
Oh, I do vaguely remember that. I'm not gonna lie, I love the whole lore of like Drizzit. I haven't actually read the books. Mostly because I just haven't had copies of them.
Let's see what this one says. It's hard to...
Oh! Oya Minaratar.
Werebear.
He's the Goliath Werebear.
Goliath Werebear. Okay, so
I remember him.
Named Goliath Werebear.
I remember him from the book. I don't remember if we ever actually met him in our game, but we definitely heard about him. Because we met...
I think we did. Yeah,
I think we did meet him.
Did.
I think we met him in the mountains with a Moa.
And I think Tassi being a Goliath, they were like...
saved us from getting immediately murdered.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe that was what happened.
Oh, man, like, my brain entirely shifted to, like, oh, yeah, Rime and the Frostmaiden. Right.
Yeah. Well, no, that's why I'm like, the fun of opening these is going to be, like, seeing if we get any of the, like, named characters, because there are definitely a few of them. Mountain Goat.
Mountain Goat.
See, you're wearing your glasses, you just can't see, and then I keep doing that habitual thing where I keep going to adjust mine because this eye is not quite in focus, but that's because I'm wearing my contacts, and I have terrible astigmatism. It's a Duragar
Stoneguard. I believe we fought a ton of these.
Oh, yeah. These tried to murder us.
Yeah.
They almost murdered Donovan.
Yeah.
And then Renner died instead.
Oh, that's
We're not still traumatized or anything.
Peyronie's disease strikes again.
Yeah. That's a strong hairstyle choice there. Yeti tyke, I think.
Just a baby Yeti?
Baby Yeti.
Yeah, that's... Are we going to kill a baby Yeti?
Knowing the way we play, we'd probably adopt a baby. No, we wouldn't adopt a baby Yeti. The baby Yeti would adopt us and join that weird menagerie that we had following us around.
Yes.
Cool. Is that it, though? That's 4. Okay.
Drizzle for shizzle.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this one is some assembly required, so hold please. I'm not going to actually pop this out because it's going to take a long time. This is a young adult white dragon, and he does come with wings.
Yeah. It's weird. I definitely did not plan on something like that.
I did not either. I forgot that was an option in any of these.
That's a very huge creature.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's huge.
So much murder. Yeah, you're gonna go back in you're gonna immediately go back in your plastic because you're so beefy. Join us for our ASMR stream of Alandra puts away minis.
So you guys joining us here on Twitch, do you guys like Twitch better than YouTube? Just curious. I mean,
yeah. Goliath Barbarian, will you contemplate that question?
Nice.
He's very fun.
That would be, I mean, that could be a good PC mini as well.
Yeah.
If you were a Goliath Barbarian in Icewind Dale.
I have appreciated that we've been getting more color variations in some of these. Because, like, especially if you're needing to pull pre-made minis as your PCs, having something that is distinctly identifiable is really important.
Sorry, I'm going to go to the medium shot. I've missed it. You can see it coming around again.
Here he is.
Again with the
very cool.
The bent material. Yeah, it's plastic. It gets put in a shipping container and probably gets hit with heat.
Yeah.
For 30 days.
Well, that was always the classic. You take the big tub of Green Army Men, you throw them in boiling water for a few seconds, and then you can kind of remold them or switch around their like positioning. You could probably do the same with these. I wouldn't put them directly in the boiling water, but you could certainly like warm them up a little bit, hit them with a heat gun for a couple seconds, and then just kind of remold them.
Yep.
This is a Ragged Nomad with cape.
Huh.
These guys we did not ever encounter.
No, was that like and they wear masks?
Yeah. I think these guys show up later off in the wilderness. Like if we had gotten off to the wilderness sooner, pursuing the Lost City, I think that's where these guys show up.
Does it say with Yeti cape?
It does not. It just says with cape.
Okay.
But it is clearly
a Yeti cape.
A young Yeti.
Oh, two of them, or
no? I think
are Yeti?
It's kind of like
they're in the ape family.
I mean, Yeti's just like. Do we have on like we've got our like abominable Yeti. It's just a big beefy bipedal little monkey ish. And the last one here, these guys we definitely ran into and stole their ship. That's a gnome squidling. That's what happens when you give a gnome seromorphosis.
Yeah. So random zombie generator says they like either. Different names, one or the other though, which also does end up being we're like, yeah, hey, and then we're like, who are you? Oh, it's like, oh, we know you as this.
Yeah.
YouTube really wants real names also, which is a downside.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the heart that obscures the bottom of the chat is so annoying.
Freaking hate it.
What's a good thing is we can tell Warren about it and he might actually be able to fix it. This is insane. What is this?
That is the gnome squidling. It's what happens when a gnome has seromorphosis. We totally ran into Donovan and Elspeth absolutely hard-noped and would not engage, and Azar learned how to fly their ship. I remember this because it was right at the end of the campaign.
Yeah.
We were just like, we're not doing this. We've almost died to too many things this week. We're done.
Yeah. Kadaji, yeah, I do think that Twitch is a little bit more interactive as well. Woo.
Yeah, the chat function of Twitch is definitely better set up for viewing and interaction. Oh, you got something hefty, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to hide it. It is the mammoth.
Ooh. A boy. That's very cool.
These would have been, well, we weren't playing in person. So
yeah.
I'm like, these would have been fun to play with. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. No, well, that's part of why I was like, it's a very lovely Christmas present that I received was the Beetle and Grimm's Icewind Dale box. Because I love that campaign and would love to run it. And there's so much stuff that we didn't get to in our campaign that I'm like, oh, it would still feel like really fun and fresh because I'd get to do all the stuff that we didn't do of our
human
trapper. Okay. Ah, it's Mark.
This mini is way too beefy to be
That
Mark.
Is correct. This and too well equipped for snow.
Mark's girlfriend.
Hey.
Now, I forget who Mark was trying to impress.
Oh God, what was her name? Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, his dingus little girlfriend back in town.
What I think is funny is that James ended up making the character sheet for Mark, and it's in our D&D Beyond, just sitting there. I'm like, oh, who's Mark? Oh yeah, he's pretty inept, and a mountain goat for good measure. See, now you can have a multi-mountain goat attack sequence.
In one of the shorter campaigns that we played on TGN, Mark, who was in our Death House campaign, Mark played a druid whose preferred form to wild shape into was a mountain goat. So we did an entire fight with like a minotaur zombie in a graveyard where he was just a mountain goat the whole time and just kept kind of trying to headbutt him. It was
nice.
wild. Oh, Speaking of things that are trying to kill you.
Is it Amy?
Not quite, but she might want this. It's an orca!
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
That is a very good mini.
Also,
Or maxi, as this would be called.
Yeah. It's kind of it's a weird... I don't remember facing off against an orca. But we did stay in the lakes. I don't think we really, other than to drop Renner's body in the ocean.
There was whatever was it a whale or was it something else that was living in the lake that we almost had to fight and then Renner talked us around? Because there was definitely something living in one of the lakes that we fortunately did not have to fight.
Yeah, I kind of want to say it was the dinosaur.
I think it was the dinosaur, now that you mention it.
The plesiosaurus or whatever.
Yeah, that sounds more correct. We got another nomad here.
I wonder if that is an encounter that we just didn't.
I looked at it later. It certainly could have become an encounter. But James kindly let us RP out of it. Partly because we had Renner and partly because I think he did not want to kill us.
Yeah.
Here we have a Durgar Mindmaster, which I'm pretty sure we probably ran into in that awful death fight. And then one of my personal nemeses, Zaradoc Sunblight, a.k.a. that fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely cropped up a couple of times. And very much was involved in that fight that almost killed us all.
I'm trying to think. I'm just thinking about the Chardelin Dragon Mini, which is like the size of a football.
It was also on sale, and I was very tempted. I was very tempted. It's so pretty.
This is a... I don't know what that is. I'm guessing some sort of wolf creature. I can actually... Sorry.
No.
Craig cat.
Ah, yeah, just a casual Craig cat.
Yeah.
See, what I should have done before I came in is gone through and been like, what am I hoping to get?
Yeah.
What's the wish list?
Ooh, you got the Frostmaiden herself.
Ooh. Yes.
In owl form.
I think you can get all three forms in the boxes. This one is called the Cold Crone. This is the first form. Frostmaiden has three forms: the Cold Crone, the Brittle Maiden, and Winter's Womb. And this is like the base form.
Yeah.
Ah!
And then you've got another one of those gnome illithids.
Little buddy.
It's a different one.
Yeah.
This is
Well, there's the squibbling, there's the Ceramorph.
Oh, that's
the
the
Ceramorph.
Yeah. Nice color on the cape.
Yeah.
And then is that an orc? Certainly looks like an orc.
I think it's just I think it's just your standard.
It is.
Oh, it's an
Grog Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Orog.
Orog?
Orog Ranger, yeah.
Okay. Not even seeing him on my cheat sheet.
Those gnome squids are adorable.
They're very cute.
I mean, honestly, these would probably be great.
Those might work in Phandelver also. If you started changing up your...
So I want to say that I did get a couple of boxes of these. Because these seem familiar.
There's definitely some of these that I think we have. I feel like we have like a mountain goat, and I think we have maybe some of the like huntery types. Our personal nemesis. This one's small enough you might not have to change the view on it. I just have to see if I can get it out. Oh man, that base is tight. Okay, let's do it. Hey, y'all remember that time we got our butts kicked by a moose? It's technically a reindeer, not a moose. I think it was the moose that almost destroyed us. But
I mean, that was the That's what being controlled, right?
Yeah, being controlled by the evil druid.
Yeah.
Who had a thing we don't think we ever went back and investigated. Who had freaking like zombie sister locked in that tomb in the back. We were just like, we're done. We're not doing this.
Well, that's the downside of like, no, you failed the roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we just leave that door and never come back.
Yeah.
As opposed to, it's going to take you
X number
all
of
day.
times.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what kind of Ezra was. I learned from Ezra is that it's like, if you fail, it doesn't mean that you fail. It just means that it'll take longer, or there will be a problem, or yeah.
That is one of the things I talk about this a lot when I'm playing Baldur's Gate. Of like the one, like I love the way that they've made it mechanical to function as a video game, but the thing that is a bummer is there's stuff where I'm like, if this were in a game with an actual DM, this is absolutely a moment where I would convince them to let me use an alternate skill or to talk my way around this. But
Sammy, it's good to see you.
hello.
Yes. Yeah, I don't Twitch. It was an experiment to go to YouTube. This is an experiment to go back to Twitch.
Huh.
You're just all experimental.
We've had pros and cons to both, so it's certainly been worthwhile.
So where we go in the future, no one knows. But stay tuned to the Discord.
Yeah. Arctic Fox,
Yeah,
super
nice.
handy if you just want like a little familiar or something. For my Kobold army, Kobold Mountaineer.
No, wow, that's a colorful one.
Yeah, that's pretty good with his giant backpack that I assume is just full of skunks. I haven't seen one of these in a while. And then we have a knoll with a nice like winter theme.
Man, that knoll fight in Baldur's Gate 3.
Every time, even when I make sure I level up to
Yeah.
like 4, it just that's rough.
Yeah. Oh my god, so I just went back and did, this is going to be a spoiler if you haven't played Baldur's Gate 3. The Sharon Temple.
Oh god.
Underneath the whatever place they're at.
The Act 3 one,
yeah,
under the House of Grief,
Act 3 run.
kicks my butt every time.
So
I hate it so much.
I loaded it up. I was like, oh, I thought I finished this, but I hadn't.
Oh no.
So came down the thing, killed the guard outside right away before he had a chance to walk inside. I'm like, yeah, that's sneak attack got him in one shot.
Sure.
And then had everybody stay.
Oh, to do
My
that.
character went in
Choke point.
just launched a bomb into the thing. Oh, it was so funny too because I launched a bomb into the thing, which started combat.
Yes.
And then I ran back, and I had Gale cast Wall of Fire vertically down the thing, so they had to get like
They just keep running through
rounds,
fire.
2 rounds through a Wall of Fire, and that just all of them showed up with like half of their hit points gone already.
I'm gonna try that next time because the run I'm currently my new run that I'm currently on, I have Gale in my party, and I'm like, this seems like a good move because that was one of like 2 or 3 fights that I just had to keep doing over and over again. I was struggling with that fight. Meanwhile, like the boss fights in Act 3, by and large, easier than any of the side quest fights for me at least. Might have just been the party that I had with me, but
Going after the Death Cult next, and that's gonna be. I tried it once. I just got my ass handed to me because they're like. You have to be able to fly to get to them.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
That's
I don't remember how long that one took me. It wasn't the worst of them. The one under the House of Grief was pretty bad for me. The getting jumped in the secret hideout in Act 3 was rough. That one took me a while. That was where I learned that Shadowheart's entire purpose in life is to dimension door Karlach out of clusters. It worked remarkably well.
Nice.
Ooh!
So
we got our
I'm
Yeti
like,
board.
so clearly I have some minis because I have this one right over there on the.
Oh yeah, there he is.
Is it the giant Yeti or just the Yeti?
I think he's. I'm gonna look. I
A
think
Yeti
he's just,
is giant.
He's an abominable Yeti,
Yes.
specifically.
The one from the Charlie Brown cartoon, or no? What is...
Are you thinking of the Bass Rankin, the abominable snowman, who is not that abominable?
Yeah. All right.
Sorry to our podcast editor, we'll have to remove my can opening noises, because that's definitely a thing we have on this channel. Oh, well, like Goblin Buddy, Snow Goblin.
Snow Goblin.
That's Snow Goblin.
And this is that another Grimlock, or is that a...
Oh, what is this called? We have one of these. I think it's like a night hag or something. It is! It's a night hag!
Nice.
I love when I can just identify things. It probably just means I've spent too much time playing this game for too long.
Well, it's also one of those... every time I do one of these unboxings, I'm like, I really should have just read through the list before starting.
Yeah, that's why I've got my cheat sheet out.
So, when I did the Avernus box set, like, I had not read the module yet, and I didn't know anything about it. I was just opening minis. And I got Zariel. I'm like, oh, this looks like a really cool mini. Zariel must be important somehow. And I'm just like, I cut that out of the actual YouTube video because I'm like, oh, I sound like a complete moron.
See, I think that's very funny though, because then you just need to do the little like public, hi, editor Tom is here. Turns out, was in fact an important character. Oh, another little kobold buddy.
Yeah. This one...
Oh, I think he's a zombie.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's a kobold vampire spawn. I can't decide if that's better or worse.
It's one of the 50,000 vampire spawn from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. You know... I think it's only 7,000. That was the magic number. Here, I've got a winter wolf to go with our other wolf. Just a nice collection of wolf. Oh,
you know, it's interesting. So, like, seeing these minis, like, I want to do encounters.
Yeah. You know, I don't think Adam's here in our chat tonight, but Adam would love if we brought back the arena, so maybe we do a Twitch arena.
I'm wondering if we do something else for patrons, like we just do an arena for patrons.
That would also be an option.
Although, you know, it's...
I keep saying that I'm going to do it. Now that I'm unemployed, now I can just run anything for patrons.
We've got some stuff that's coming up that we're trying to do and change and do some things.
Oh yeah, there's definitely work on things. This is less impressive than the Winter Wolf, but it is a sled dog.
with a mask on.
He kind of looks like he's either got a mask or like his skull is just exposed. Poor body. Here we have a classic, Chwinga with Snowball. These are the little forest spirits that give you blessings or mess with you, depending on how nice you are to them. And then just another Auroch Ranger. Which again, these guys are like super handy for if you're like building out just an army of like beefy guys.
That one is specifically not in like winter clothes, so you can put them anywhere.
Cool. All right, that was all of our Icewind Dale options. Ooh. So
that's some big minis in there.
Yeah.
Well, they are the big boxes.
Yeah, these are all much chunkier. Like I said, I think the only really big minis in the Phandelver and below set. I think the biggest one is the I have an accessible box. Is this guy, which is the three-headed Hydra. Just gonna, sorry, Orca. Yeah, we got this guy. But that is a separate purchase one. It does not come in the blind boxes. Here. We'll just keep on the snow theme and do the snowbound. So the snowbound set is more generically winter stuff. It's not specific to Rime of the Frostmaiden, but it felt like a good combination. Oh, this one's chunky. This one's got weight.
Looks like one. I mean, there's some big things in it. Obviously, you know, they have big boxes to house the big minis, and then when you get a tiny one, you're like, oh, that's a waste of a lot of plastic.
Yeah, well, like the reindeer is a large mini on the official scale, but is not like
So I think that is the. Let's see. Is this a large? Let's see if it's a large. Yeah. Is that a abominable or a sort of snowman?
I think it's a snow golem or something. Yep, snow golem.
Yep. Throwing a huge rock.
Like you do.
Oh.
Just, casually throwing rocks.
It's that boulder would just crush. Yeah, honestly, let's be real. It's nothing a good night's sleep won't take care of in 5e. This is awesome. Is this a Lokoth?
Oh! A boys! I love a good little fish buddy.
Ooh, these are fun. I always like these.
Oh yeah.
Is that an ice method?
Yeah. Well, and I love the minis that have the translucency like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cool.
Actually, I'm just assuming that it's an ice method.
No, it's definitely an ice method. They got the little spiky faces. I know this is an ice method because it matches the ice method familiar you can get in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a game I have sunk 900 hours into because it's an idle game and it just sits in the background of my desktop while I'm working.
Skeletal Commander?
Okay.
Or Sentinel. Skeletal Sentinel. It's a beefy skeleton.
It's a beefy skeleton with a full beard.
Yeah.
Fun. I really appreciate the contrast between the very skinny legs and the very chunky boots.
Yeah. So we had, I was fortunate enough to host Nord Games in here a couple days ago.
Oh, nice.
Chris and Bear were in, and we recorded Chris sort of just pitching, essentially, every one of their products.
Oh, cool.
So he would, we did like a top-down camera and then to the audience camera. And so, like Spectacular Settlements, he would be like, hey, we're going to talk about Spectacular Settlements. It's a book that does, then he reads the front little text and then opens it up to the table of contents and kind of goes through what's all in the book.
That's very cool.
But it was very fun, and it really got me inspired to actually go back and use them again.
Nice.
So I've been working on building out basically a Google form to build dangerous destinations.
Okay.
Just a little bit quicker for a stream.
Okay.
So that we could just stream, have you guys roll stuff, and then we'll just go through and build a whole bunch of destinations for this other project that I'm working on.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That's a great way to have interactivity. We'll keep it on the close-up, and we'll do the big one at the end, because it is indeed a beefy one. First, we have a griffin hatchling.
Oh.
He's a baby.
Interesting.
So your players can adopt him, and then you have to deal with the repercussions of them dragging around a griffin as they level up. Here we have a Chardelin Berserker.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, is that... I wonder... I think that's just, like, their clan. I don't think that there's any sort of, like, they're made of Chardelin.
No, I think it's just the clan. I think they're meant to be from the mountains up where all the Chardelin exists from, like, the Dragon Horde. Everybody's favorite buddy, a Quaggoth.
Oh, that's way different than the one that I have.
Yeah.
Where do I have it? Is it? Yeah. They're white.
Oh, yeah. This is more of the, like, algified version or something.
Get out of the swamp, man.
Yeah. You're starting to mold. And then the reason why this one was so heavy is because we did get.
All right, I'm gonna make an adjustment here. See if I can't do this here. Are we going to be covered up? Maybe.
I'll just hold it in front of my face.
Oh, you actually no. Put it on the spinner. We'll go crazy with it.
We got the. There's not really a good way to demo this. It's the wagon that is pulled by the polar bears. Here, let me get it back here so we're a little bit in focus.
Actually,
So yeah, it's I'm like, can I even try to put this together?
Like, how do I? So if we mark that, that's right in the center, and then I'll kind of do that.
See if I can kind of pop him. I can't quite pop him in.
Yeah.
It's a little more hand power than I want to.
Yeah.
Hang on. Sorry, you can just enjoy my jewelry. But yeah, it's this guy. It is a beefy.
Actually, you know what might actually make more sense? If, nope, we don't want to do that. If we just do that, and then you can actually see how big it is.
Yeah, no, he's a chunky boy. For comparison here, sorry, I need to spend some time with these polar bears to get them better adapted. But like for comparison, let's see, like here's our Yeti.
So it's a huge thing plus polar bears.
Yeah, well, because if you think about it conceptually, if you've got like your adventurers, some of them need to be able to like fit inside or on top of this thing. So
nice.
I'm laughing because I'm like, this is definitely what the dwarves sent to pick up the Golden Vault team when they had to go up to the prison. It's just a fancy version of this. Anyway, that's pretty cool. And huge. And I don't know how I'm gonna just gently set that back in plastic.
See if I got that back in the right place.
We'll find it.
In case you don't already have a deck of inspiration, they are available at shop.questandchaos.com. And they may soon be coming to Amazon. I've been struggling with stupid Amazon and this game store out of Wisconsin, Fitchburg, Wisconsin, who put them up onto Amazon as if, and like put our distributor as the brand, and then
so it's kind of
got the weight all wrong. So like the shipping is super expensive, and I wonder if they did that on purpose. But it's like $5 to ship the deck, which I mean, it's honestly it kind of costs about $5 to ship it.
Yeah.
Actually, that makes about sense. Sorry. Sometimes you just really
crunch.
See. Oh, that's.
Oh.
It's a spitting mimic. So it's a
mimic pretending to be a roper. Oh no.
That is fantastic.
It's very good.
All right, let's see what. Oh, I wonder how many Mimic Minis there are official.
There's an entire box that you can get of them, and I was gonna buy it, but it doesn't come with the outhouse, which is the one that I need. It has like a chest and a door, and it's like 5 or 6 total, I think.
White Dragon Wormling.
Oh, to go with our big boy.
Yeah.
It's over in my corner.
With red around the mouth, has in fact just eaten.
Had a snack.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if it comes around. You can see the red on the mouth.
Oh yeah.
I mean, could have been eating invasive species. You don't know.
White dragons canonically love raspberries. Don't at me. They're like bunnies.
Psychic gray ooze.
Oh yeah. Just a pile of sentient jello that can destroy your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was up on the roof in the tavern in the last Golden Vault module. It was just that.
This is a named character. What is this? This is Galvin Megan.
It's actually not a named character.
Oh.
A Magan or a Megan is actually a type of creature. There's like 3 different versions of it. I don't remember which book they're from, but they're a thing.
That lean is on purpose.
I can see his little mace there. It's the intimidation lean.
Oh, I wish we could actually stop this on occasion because its face has this sneer to it that you can see, which is really cool as it comes back around.
Yeah. That's a
Or like
pretty good face.
Raised eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun.
I'm into it. All right. What do we get? Oh, okay. Okay. Get our babies out. The boxes are just getting further and further away.
Williku 456. The Great Dane Society is still going on. We're on season 4. I just had to re-upload the podcast for episode, I don't even remember, 11, part 2, because for some reason none of the services picked up that it was out there.
Weird.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
So they're playing Horror on the Orient Express, which is a massive campaign.
I think
We are on YouTube. We stream live on YouTube, usually Saturday nights at 6 p.m. And yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on podcast.
Yeah, tonight and next week we are off because we had some cast members who had some other commitments who had to be out. But we've got, I think, 11 or 12 episodes of Horror on the Orient Express, and that'll be picking back up in 2 weeks, Saturdays at 6 p.m. on our YouTube.
Yeah. Well, look, cool. Have you been watching the season and just tuned in tonight and be like, what the hell is this? Or have you not been watching season 4? That's a question. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh! Just found us a week ago, still on masks. Yeah, there's a long ride ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say, depending on how often you listen, you will either catch up very quickly or you will have plenty of time to catch up. So
I would suggest skip season 3. Maybe you want to go back to it, but skip season 3.
Buddy that we just had up there was the Hill Giant, just your nice standard Hill Giant. This is a Duergar Hammerer. You can tell because he has a hammer.
Mm-hmm. Wait, season 3, that's the one I'm on.
You're in season
2.
A lot of season 1 also. You're in all of season 2. Season 2 is Down Darker Trails.
Yeah. Season 2 and season 3, I meant, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, you're in some of season 1. You pop in and out.
Yeah. I play an NPC.
I was like, I'm in season 2 for a second. Blink and you'll miss me. You can also skip those episodes. They have no plot bearing. Another
but
method.
It's like a Scooby-Doo type of feeling to it. So.
Yeah. A dust method. I guess you don't get the insane rabbit army if you skip those episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a meme that pops up often enough with it. And somebody who's a little detached from her base because she's got that gangster lean, but we got a little dryad.
I guess a good question is, have you made it to the crowbar yet?
Oh, no. That is a very good question. Is a box for you?
Oh, thank you. I also played Dave McGillicuddy.
Yeah, my favorite former cop.
Wow. I'm just gonna go straight to this guy because.
Oh yeah, as you should.
Or should I? Actually, you can see it in the shot.
Yeah. We're figuring out exactly where our lines are for where do I unbox to this?
Warforged Titan. Wow.
That's so cool. We definitely got to put that into something.
Yep. There's so much going on there. Like the lightning.
Really good detail. Even some of the scuffing and the kind of runic carving. Which
I think is really funny because you get minis like this and then you get minis where it's like there's hardly any detail.
Yeah.
And the paint is slapped on. Like, they really spend the time on the rares, which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's also, like, slightly easier on the slightly larger ones because you got more surface area to access. But...
Come on, this is...
Bullywug. I don't even need to look at that one. I can just tell
What
you. This
is he?
Angry little frogman with a warp spear.
He's either leaping at you or he's got a serious medical condition.
Maybe he is attacking the water weird that is trying to goose him, and so he's actually, that's why his spear is turned, because he's gonna stab down and behind.
Yeah.
Just making up lore for all of these slightly distorted minis.
Yeah, okay, so just hit the episode with the reset. So I think that was like 6 months in real life of us trying to...
What do we do?
What do we do? I should probably see what this is first.
It's Cold Light Walker. Oh!
Oh, is that the thing with the
Yeah, that's the thing with the
one
laser.
eye?
Yeah, it's the thing with the laser that just straight up murks you from the tree line. Oh god, those things.
Those
were rough.
I mean, that scenario really was scary.
Yes.
Like, from a horror perspective.
Yeah. Well, that is the thing that I think also, like, I like horror and I like fantasy horror, and I think Rime of the Frostmaiden does that in many ways better than Strahd does. Another baby.
Yeah. If you run it that way.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if I ever run Strahd, if I ever properly run all the way through Strahd, I'm going to make it an absolute nightmare because I also have half a degree in, like, vampire literature. So I'm just going to be like, all right, guys, prepare for some lore.
Yeah.
How does one straighten out all these warped minis? Like I said earlier, you can just heat them up a little bit and reset them. They're just plastic. You have to be really careful about it because you can end up melting or damaging them. But if you just warm them up, with some hot water or a couple seconds with a heat gun, very carefully, you can sort of straighten things out and then flash cool them back into position. So,
Woo!
It's not something that I have done a huge amount of, like, in this context, but I have done things like that before for theatrical reasons. Alright, I got some guys here. Oh! This might be an actual character, which I was not expecting. This is Spellix Romwad.
Okay.
I don't know. Hang on.
Do you need... Yeah.
This one I'm gonna Google. What the fuck? Who are you? Well, the top search is a Reddit thread entitled "Spellix Romwad is definitely a method actor."
Well,
which I love.
Actually, looking at that coat, I wonder if it's some sort of snowbard.
I mean, it kind of has...
do you want to look at D&D Beyond?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. I was like, maybe if I just Google it, it'll just come up. That was the mistake. I should have gone immediately to D&D Beyond. It looks like he might be an Icewind Dale denizen. I just don't know where he's
the D&D Beyond search is so terrible.
It's not great. He is a gnome. Apparently, the reason his face looks like that is because he is wearing some sort of horrible skin mask.
Oh.
Or at least this is the... he is from Icewind Dale, Rime the Frostmaiden. It did not give me any extra flavor text about him directly on his page, though, so I don't... We must not have had to deal with this guy. I feel like I would remember him.
Or was this the... Oh, did you say he was a gnome?
He's a gnome, yeah.
I wonder who was... Oh, it was Durgar that were stealing...
It was the Durgar that were stealing. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you have... Just doing, like, the scan to be like, where would you have been?
Is there, like, an appendix of NPCs?
I mean, there's the creature appendix, and some of them should be in there. So let's see. He's not in there. Why are you not in here? Well, that's a mystery for me to deep dive on later, trying to remember where the Frickly Frack this guy came from.
Yeah.
Where are the gnomes? Anyway, that's fun. Anyway, in addition to that guy, we've got everyone's favorite if you've played Baldur's Gate, a Nullfang of Yonug.
Oh yeah.
Yonug is hungry.
Baldur's Gate is so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I got the first two because they were on very sale. And
Yeah.
I want to go back and play through them just for lore interest more than anything. I'm scared too because I know the mechanics are going to be, mechanics of their time.
So it's very strange. So in PlayStation 2 days, there was Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance.
Oh, yes.
Which was you just run around and smash boxes and steal stuff, which was all it was. I kind of missed the fact that, because, in that game, smashing a box, you would get to see what's inside and pick it up. Way faster than, clicking on the box. It opens up a thing, and then you hit spacebar, and then you close it. It's just I like to smashing boxes.
Yeah. Hey.
But that was the entire game. You just ran around smashing
There are
boxes.
still a lot of Zelda games available for every console. You can smash pots to your heart's content. You know what else is remastered that plays on almost any PC? The Spyro games. Because that's how I spent the first 6 months of the pandemic, was playing Spyro and Hades. That's all I did. Here we have a Demos Magen, or Magen, depending on how you want to pronounce it, which is a fun...
This is the straightest sword we've seen yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's doing great, honestly.
That'd be a good silhouette right there.
So the Magen are magical human-like beings created by a wizard spell. There's a spell called Create Magen. Not to be confused with Create Megan, which is when you summon a very annoyed teenager to follow you around going, oh my god, are we there yet? But the Magen... think same originating term as magus or mage. They are constructs. They basically melt into mercury when they get destroyed. And there are several kinds. There's a Demos, which is what this one is, which is kind of a warrior archetype. There's the Galvan that we got with that cool sneer that's more of a... They can fly and they can do electricity magic. And then there's the Hypnos, which uses telepathy for control. So.
Got it.
Yeah. Again, another thing that we, thankfully, given what dinguses we were, never had to fight.
Stingosaurus does ask what is up with Natural One. I think the short answer is scheduling nightmare.
Yeah.
It's kind of the long answer as well. It just became a super...
Yeah, scheduling was
and,
really difficult, and then the scheduling difficulties compounded other stuff, and so we kind of just had to shelve it for the time being. There have been conversations about trying to bring it back to at least finish out the season 2 story, possibly in a different format, like a podcast or something. We just haven't really been able to.
I did pitch that to Bo. Just, what if we did this as a redacted report style podcast?
Sure, yeah, with the full edits and
full edits
everything,
and the full package.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's not officially canceled. It's on hold indefinitely.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that it'll never happen.
There's just a lot of moving parts to that particular show. Thomas's wheels are now spinning. This is an ice troll.
They are, and they're spinning. It looks like a charcoal.
It doesn't look super icy to me.
Again, they're not made of ice.
Yes. But but I would expect something that lives in ice and ice caverns to be a little bit lighter, I think, just in that sense of the camouflage factor. I guess if they're just in caves all the time.
Can you look up the stats on this?
Absolutely.
Because I'm just going to put this back up.
Oh yeah, go
Because
for it.
it looks stupid.
It
Looks like it has a very, very low intelligence.
Ice Troll, Large Giant Chaotic Evil. Strength is an 18 +4. Dex is an 8, a -1. Con is 22 +6. Int is 7, -2. Wisdom is 9, -1. And Cha is also a 7 for a -2.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is not a fun guy that you want at a party, and his jokes are real bad.
That kind of tracks.
He does have keen smell and a cold aura that extinguishes flames and causes problems. Like most trolls, he has regeneration. And his attacks are your classic bite and claw.
So I've been thinking about...
That's dangerous.
I've been thinking about our combats on stream. I think this lean is way too much.
There is gangster lean, and then there is impending devastation. Wow. It's making me lean just like
Michael Jackson right there.
And that's definitely not what he's supposed to be doing. In the minis gallery photo, he is standing fully upright.
Yeah.
That's a stone giant.
Anyway, so I've been thinking about combats and how just annoying they are in 5e. And I'm thinking of every time I run a combat, the bad guys just deal twice as much damage as they says in the book. Just straight up twice as much damage. I may bring in half as many people.
Oh, I see.
But so that the combats are not like just attrition, 6 hit points, 6 hit points, 6 hit points, but it's like 12 hit points.
Yeah.
A third of your health is gone. And now it's meaningful.
Especially for stream combats with the way we run things, that's also not a bad idea because that helps counter for the fact that we're usually running a larger party than is anticipated because often we're running 4 to 5 instead of 3 to 4. And it accounts for bits and cards.
Yeah.
Because that really changes our difficulty scale. Yeah.
Yeah. 30-minute turn is hard to watch.
Yeah. I was playing a home game the other night and I felt bad because that's awesome. It didn't take 30 minutes, but it felt like it. That's a diva. Or a deva, I guess you could say. Again, the diva gets summoned with the same spell that you use to summon the Megan. She just comes along and it goes like, why are these accommodations so terrible?
I'm going to Hot Topic. I'll see you tomorrow. And then this reminds me of Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah. Myconid. That's actually pretty cool. And considering that's one of the smaller ones, I appreciate the amount of color variation I got on that.
I like that it looks like it has a beard.
Yeah.
When it turns around, you can see that.
That's very cool.
It's like, yes, I'm an older Myconid.
Yeah. That's a cool buddy. I like him.
And then another Mephit. Is that a Mephit? Wait. Yes, it is.
Yeah. I think that's the Dust Mephit.
Wait for it to come around.
Cute.
Woo. So what do you think of these types of streams where we just ramble and talk?
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
More, less, indifferent. We got the last of the Magen, the Hypnos telepathic guy.
The ones with the beard and the hats where they're and like the rimmed glasses where the hipster Megan.
Oh, that'd be very good.
Did you say hip again?
Hypnos.
Hypnos. Yeah. The hipster Megan.
Yeah.
Fun as an occasional change of pace.
The Bullywug Royal.
It does look like it's squatting.
I was just thinking that. I was like, we definitely killed this guy in Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and we might have killed him in the lavatory.
You broke in on me. Hi, everyone. Give me a moment, please.
This is where you lull your players to false sense of security. They're like, oh, we need to open every outhouse because we got to kill these bullywugs, and then one of them's the mimic.
Yeah. That's a promise from politicians. A bullywug in every outhouse. That's what I will do.
This one's very cute and exciting. This is a Chardalyn pseudo-dragon.
Oh, wow.
So if you want your players to be able to have just a cute little buddy, without giving them the full murder dragon, and our last one from the Snowbound set, anyone who watched Rime the Frostmaiden will remember our very specific trauma regarding these creatures. It's an axe beak.
Yeah. That's a fantastic mini.
That's a very good one. I like the detail. I like it just so chonky. It's a little chonky guy.
That's why they call it an axe beak.
Oh yeah. Again, like so many of these things, when you actually like look at the artwork of them, you're like, oh, now I get what you're saying.
Yep.
It didn't make any sense before. All right, should we do the last pile?
Yeah. The last pile. Is that all the minis you brought?
That's all the ones that I had unopened.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
yeah. I mean, it's what, 32 boxes? So.
I mean, obviously the scary part is
when
you were like, oh, they've got these on sale. I was like, do they now?
Yeah.
I literally filled up a cart. I'm like, yeah, I should.
Yeah, I was gonna say the question is, did you hit go on it, and will we be doing this again?
I did not hit go on it.
I will say this isn't all the minis that I have. I have a lot of unpainted minis, so if we wanted to try to do a paint stream next week, that would certainly be an option.
I know you want to paint your minis, but I'm like, we need to paint the terrain.
We can paint the terrain too. Like, I'm not very. That was just an offering of like if we didn't have terrain ready.
Okay, I'm confused about this. Headless monster.
Yes.
But it's a large base.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh, this is Cursive. This is Van Richten's?
It's Van Richten's. Yeah.
Got it.
And you will find you've got 4 little bubble bags in there because there is going to be one that just has 2 teeny tiny heads in it. Because you can swap. There's like a male and a female.
Got it.
Presenting head. I do already have one of these from God knows where.
So that's just the tiny. I'm not gonna open this.
Yeah, they're just the smallest heads that you can pop into the monster base. Ah!
Skeleton archer.
I definitely died to one of those in something.
Yes.
I feel like that's a statement for so many of these, where it's like, oh yeah, one of those definitely killed me one time. I'm gonna save the heavy box for the end, in case it's got something really fun in it.
And then this is vampire. I should turn it upside down. All right.
Oh, it's Tatiana. It's Vampire Tatiana. Yeah, the Van Richten's boxes do have some of the like named characters that inhabit the domains of dread, so that makes it kind of fun. Nope, I have one more to pre-slice. She is fun. That's also a good one for like a possible like PC mini. Good action pose, distinctive styling to be able to identify on the battlefield.
Yeah. It's definitely an interesting RP going to go along with that, though.
Well, I mean, not necessarily like having to play as a vampire, although I have done that before in game. No, I'm sorry, I haven't played as a PC vampire. I played as a PC werewolf.
Boneless.
Oh.
Yeah, boneless.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Pixel Rose, thank you.
Hey. Welcome, welcome.
40 months. I feel like we should. There will be. We're gonna do more Twitch streams.
I feel like at least for now, this isn't a bad way to do it. Keeping the campaigns that have been established on YouTube, but then
Yeah.
popping in sometimes with these kind of one-offs.
Yeah. It is interesting, like going in and seeing other people that are like, you haven't streamed in like 4 months.
Yeah.
What's wrong? You know, and then people were asking us the same thing. We're like, we're over on YouTube. Come over.
Yeah.
But,
Look, everything is tricky, trying to figure out
yep.
where to be and what to do, and
There's no plastic in that one?
no, but I got 7 minis.
Okay.
The box says 4 collectible miniatures, and I think these were all meant to be the same style, and this was a factory sealed collection, so let's see
what's in there, because there might be like
something might
bits
be
and
kind
pieces.
of a set or bits and pieces. All right, well,
Yeah.
first we've got oh yeah, these are very cool. This is a ghost dancer.
Nice. Do you think an actual ghost, or is that a NPC type or class or something?
It's a specific NPC type. I don't think they are ghost types. I believe they're almost like a bard that summons spirits, if I recall correctly. It's been a long time since I've looked at Van Richten's. But I can pull it up over here if we want to look things up. Got to do the classic. Okay. Sometimes, particularly in like the Van Richten's and the Boneyard, you sometimes end up with these tiny little like extra like little plastic bits, and you have to go in and check and be like, is this a component that is just super tiny, or is this just like weird plastic detritus? I got one in a Boneyard set that looks like it has little baby skulls, but it does not match up with any of the minis that are in there. So I'm like, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna save it for later, I guess. This is Mother Lorinda. I believe she is kind of the hag varietals.
So does Van Richten's Guide and Ravenloft in general, is it more than just Barovia?
Yes. So
Okay.
the idea of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft is that it is expanding on the idea. Barovia is a domain of dread, so it's its own contained demiplane that is hard to get in and out of. Mm-hmm. And the idea of Van Richten's is that there are many domains of dread. Barovia is one. Falkovnia is one, which is basically, the subdomain of fascism and slavery. There's a bunch of these over here. Haslan, Darkon, Lamordia, Tempest. Gehenna, if anybody is familiar with Gehenna, that's come up. I think that comes from an older, that might be from a Dark Sun reference. I don't remember. It's been a long time. The Nightmare Lands. But it's all these different domains that sort of are self-contained and hidden. I think I see what's going on here. I just got the entire Haunted Mansion. Is what's happening here.
Oh, got it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a full campaign. It's a source book to help you expand on stuff. I know Spike has used some of it in one of his long-running campaigns.
Is that one broken, or is it
I believe
a fix? Yeah, it's good.
Oh no, it just seems like it pops back in. Okay, so got her. Let's keep going. I had to a Strigoi, which is like a Sturge on crack. Or if you've read Dracula, you know a Strigoi is related to vampires. Much like
is that the thing that gets the guy in the tower?
Kind of in actual vampire lore, like and actual linguistics, a Strigoi is just another name that is used for the type of monster that we also use the term vampire for. In D&D terms, this is sort of like the Gorgon being a giant mechanical bull, where it's like, oh, that's a cool sounding name. We're going to apply it to this monster. And I'm like, that's not what that is.
Yeah.
And then
I did act in a I'm not going to say a film.
Okay.
But
a project.
A project as Sir Arthur Godalming.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, your base came off. Instead of getting a large mini, I think what we have gotten here instead is this. Can I get you on your base? This guy is not wanting to stay put.
No.
Okay. Know that there's a fourth one, but we
Okay.
got these guys.
Yeah.
So we just got a bunch of ghosts, essentially. The one that's not staying together is a chain thug. And then I'm just going to pull this up on here where it's easier to read because we're all blind. Maybe I'm going to pull it up here where it's easier to read. Surely it's on here. Did I scroll past it? There we go. Yeah, these are actually some of the rares from the set. We have a, let's see, the one scrolling past right now, we've got Lord Godfroy, we have the Split Skull Thug, we have the Gouged Eye Thug, and then we have the Chain Thug who does not want to stay on his base. But yeah.
I wonder what those extra bits are. Those have to be part of something.
These, sometimes I think they're just this one's just plastic detritus.
I guess. Yeah, it's
Based on the bag it came out of, but yeah. Anyway, well, that's exciting because I didn't know that not getting a large but getting extras was an option. I'm glad we at least got extras because that would be disappointing.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah, no, we got. Again, we don't have to do all of them.
Van Richtens.
A couple of these are kind of beefy though, so I have high hopes.
Again with.
Oh, did you? I am confusion.
I mean, these ones came directly from Wizkids too.
Yeah, this brick and the Snowbound brick came directly from Wizkids factory sealed. So this is an exciting development.
Maybe we should figure out. I mean, it does say 4 collectible miniatures inside.
Well, I got a couple of really hefty ones over here, so I'm kind of hoping that maybe I got like the Doulahan of the Nightmare or something fun.
A Bagman.
Ah! I hate the Bagman so much. Like, it's very good, it's very funny, but it's also just, like, truly horrifying.
YouTube stream's not working well. That's no good.
What? Don't like that.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Gotta take this off to see. Dr. Victra Mordenheim.
Victra Mordenheim. Oh, yeah. Just some classic mad scientists.
Oh, that's right. So comments are subscriber only. I wonder if we should turn that off. I mean, we're trying to get subscribers is the thing we're trying to get.
We could always try turning it off for stream, and if we're not getting too much spam, then we can do that for a while. That's always my concern, is just...
Yeah. Okay, so again, what did I do?
But there's not even like a... Okay.
What did I do with that other one, or is that the one?
No, this is the one. You had the Bagman.
Yeah, so
we had this
the Bagman, the Doctor. I wonder if... Oof. Yeesh.
Oh.
I can't read that.
It's a character.
Havan something or other. That's that must go with the Doctor.
Quite possibly. Ivan Delisnia, aka the horror that you'll see in your nightmares tonight.
And then
Ivana Crotisi. She is a vampire, in case you could not guess. That's how I wanted to dress to be Lady Strahd if we ever had filmed that trailer for that, but we didn't. We ran out of time.
the Avantris stream, the Stradia stream.
Oh yeah, I've watched a little bit of that. Nosferatu, Which again, in D&D, instead of being a guy, is a particular type of ghoul.
Definitely looks like the movie character.
Yes. Oh, for sure. So gross. But look at the movement on that on that cape. Again, a good action shot for this.
I bet
guy.
the lean is more than is.
He's leaning pretty hard
Oh,
in his official photo.
Weird. So that was the 4 in a box.
That was 5.
Or 5, yeah, 5 in a box.
Still weird. Don't understand. I did get a big boy in a plastic, and the one that I just was popping apart to the side over here. So that's fun. Let's start with a cool translucency. This is the ghost of Erasmus. I don't remember who Erasmus is, but that's his ghost. Interesting that. Thank you for letting us know, folks in comments, that we've been having. Oh, thank you. Yes, Erasmus is Von Richten's dead son, who's not super dead. Actually, he shows up a lot because he's a ghost.
Got it.
But thank you for letting us know about YouTube, because I would always assume that YouTube is easier for people than Twitch, because Twitch is such a particular interface, and YouTube is meant to be accessible across the board. So that's
one thing that
curious to know.
One thing that YouTube does is it will transcode to several different formats as it goes. So depending on the latency that you choose. So if you do low latency, it's not going to transcode as much, and more people will get dropped frames.
Oh, sure.
But you know, like Twitch is a lot less delay than YouTube is. So the normal YouTube is about 30 seconds. And we have DVR on, so it allows you to go back, and it would be a smoother stream if you go back and watch it than watching it as we're live. But it's not as fun because you're not commenting and interacting as it's live.
Yeah, for sure.
We've definitely thought about starting to simul-stream to both, even though that's technically against the...
It's against everybody's terms and conditions.
Just Twitch's.
Oh.
Unless you're a partner, which we are not.
Oh, YouTube has been wonky since their ad block war started. That might explain some stuff. Although I have an ad blocker on, it's never been a problem for me. But I'm also a premium member and a subscriber to the channel, so I don't have the best gauge of problems that other people were having. So.
Right.
This is a Jiangxi.
Hopping. Okay.
This is the Asian hopping vampire.
I feel like a hopping vampire is not very dangerous. If it can only hop, like why can't it walk?
Okay, but like also have you seen like a jaguar like leap over people and like get in front of them? So like that's pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, they run and leap.
Maybe he's operating on the fact that you're too busy going, what the hell are you doing? And by the time you realize he's dangerous, he's already on you.
It's like the Monty Python scene where he's running at you and just far away, and suddenly, ah!
This is Harkon Lucas. He's a bard, in case anyone was wondering.
So I guess, this is a random poll of the, people in chat. If we were to simul-stream, where would you watch? And then... Yeah. That is a cool bard.
Yeah. He's got a pretty nifty character design, and I like all the color. Yeah,
that's a PC for sure.
Definitely. And then we pulled an actual big boy in this one. This is the Amber Monolith.
What? Okay.
Which is pretty nifty looking.
You know what's inside there? Dino DNA.
I was about to say PCs.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the answer is PCs. want to open one of these heavy ones. And see if
Oh,
they're good.
look, there's a box of minis in front of me.
You don't have to open the box. I'm happy to
Yes.
just do them while you chat. That's totally fine. But I
Yeah.
want you to be able to have some of the fun of.
Yeah.
Okay, I did get a big one in here, but it doesn't have the plastic, which.
Okay. I got plastic and a large one.
Okay.
I don't know what's up with that's kind of, I mean, that is a very...
See, and that's funny because I feel like my big one is bigger enough than that one. It could have used the plastic.
Wait, you don't have big plastic?
Nope.
Wow, holy moly.
Oh, I know what this is.
Save that one to the end.
Yep. I've got two weighty boxes, and I'm like, there's a specific one that I'm kind of hoping for in one of them.
I thought this was a AA battery at first.
Oh, I love this thing. No, because it's great, because it can be a set piece or it's an actual thing. This is a necrocore.
Okay.
It's full of bones. You can kind of...
That is probably the most detailed one. I mean, you can see the bones inside. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's full of people.
All right. This, we might get
Ooh.
Lester to try and...
It's a Kenku.
No, it is a were-raven.
Oh, it's a were-raven. That's even worse. Lester's definitely going to try to bone that.
Yeah.
And or get bitten by it.
Oh my god, that Kenku in Swords and Sages, I wanted to murder Shemshine or what. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was...
Shemshine? That was a hard module. We
yeah.
all thought the Shadowfell was going to be difficult because it's the Shadowfell. No, Shemshine was the one that got our goat. Just
Yeah.
like, screw all of this.
I don't even know what is going on here.
Carrion Stalker.
So it's like hard to see for sure.
Oh, it's like a trilobite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna... Yeah, it's like a trilobite that does murder.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like the color on that. That's like got some really good color and detail for how little and flat it is.
Yep. Manifesting of something lure-eyes.
Ah! I was gonna say, that's just like a druid werewolf. Manifestation of Leors. Okay, yeah. Cool. Gross. Hate it. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Nice. Yeah, I think that like when YouTube said that they were going to start penalizing people with ad blockers, I turned mine off because I'm on our channel so much.
Right.
And there are a lot of things that it's odd. There are a lot of things that we use, specifically like, oh, I'm going to get a Facebook ad. And they're like, you have to turn your ad blocker off to buy Facebook ads. I'm like, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, when you put it that way, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. So I've got another ghost dancer. I'm not going to bother putting her on the pedestal because we've already seen her. We got, what the thing? This is a whistling fiend, which I'm pretty sure is just an off-brand xenomorph or something.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely has a lot more of the creepy stuff in Van Richten's.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's part of why I got it, because I'm constantly running horror campaigns, and I was like, yeah, I'll take the, jar of blood. That seems like something I would use. Maharani Ramaya, who honestly kind of just looks like a slightly South Asian coded version of Elspeth from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Which I am okay with. Nice pops of color, though. Again, that can totally be like a PC mini.
Oh, yeah.
Easy to spot on the battlefield.
Yeah, I think, one of the things I find Twitch ads to be way more awful than YouTube ads. Now, again, we have subscribers don't see the initial ad, but if I just am browsing Twitch and I go to someplace, it's 30 seconds to a minute of an ad before I actually see if I want to watch what's happening. I'm checked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care.
It is an interesting toss-up because I think the fact that you can't control the placement of the Twitch ads is really difficult for that exact reason. But I also, the fact that on YouTube you can literally run like a 2-hour political campaign as an ad that auto plays at the video, like, that's wild to me that there's not, because I specifically got that back when I worked a job where I literally just had to sit in a chair and babysit a door for 8 hours a day. I used to put on old Quests and Chaos campaigns because there was a very stupid thing where they had the sleep timer on our main computer that we needed to have on all the time, but they would not give any of us admin permission, so we couldn't turn it off. So I always just had to have a YouTube video playing to keep the computer active so I didn't have to remember to like shake the mouse and then re-log in every 30 minutes. So I was just playing through old playlists of Q&C. And there was a time, because it's on mute, it's over on the side thing because I'm at work. But there was one time where I looked over and I was like, some like politician, I don't even remember if it was an American ad. But there was something, and I looked at the play count because I was like, I haven't seen the Q&C grid in a while, and I looked, and it was 45 minutes into an ad that was playing before the video, because I was obviously watching with ad blockers off and everything to do the revenue, but I was just like, what is happening?
Wow.
Because I think I had to like get up and like go do like a delivery processing or something, so I had been away from here for a minute.
Right,
we got a big beefy boy.
Let me set up for this.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready, and I'll do a reveal from below the table.
Wait, what am I looking for? I'm looking for this. Medium creature, I will turn off that. And transition. Alright, now we can drop that guy in there.
What? Yeah. This is called a body taker plant. She big. She very big. For reference, here's just like a normal
that
guy.
Reminds me of the Simpsons aliens.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does kind of look like it's got the eyes.
And there's a guy in the middle of it.
That's the body he's taking.
Oh wow! I kind of, back when I did the Blight Lich campaign, this would have been a fantastic. Super bad. Okay, again, there's this 16-foot television over there.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Like dripping the like nectary ooze. Speaking of lag on Twitch, oh no, did it finally catch up to us?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's see what's happening in the chat. Yeah, 2-minute ads on non-skippable. So 2-minute non-skippable, is that on YouTube or is that on Twitch? Because I think the non-skippables have to be at most 15 seconds, I think.
Yeah, I thought there was a limit on those. This is the Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft minis. Spike, we've I made some poor life choices that involved retail therapy, so we had 4 bricks from different sets to unbox, and we're winding up to the end of these with our last 2 boxes from the Van Richten's Guide.
These are all Spike, thanks for joining. Good to see you. These are all the D&D minis. Yeah.
Wizkids was having a sale, and then I started comparison shopping between Wizkids and another large site where you can get bulk items at a discount, and ended up ordering a lot of things that I didn't need but are very fun that we're sharing with all of you.
My life is full of things I don't need but are very fun. And then also things I want to do instead of things I have to do, and then suffering the consequences of that.
You know, and then sometimes you hit the wildest middle ground where you get stuck here with me for 2 hours opening boxes of minis.
Yeah, they keep coming. Oh my gosh. Like, there was a point where I'm like, I'm going to really collect these. And then they just started throwing up different sets, and they also started reprinting their old ones, so all the value on the old minis just kind of cratered.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's the thing too, is like that. Always that comparison between like, are you doing it for use or for collection or for a combination of the two? Because I have purchased a lot of Magic the Gathering cards of late, and there's a couple more sets coming out later this year that I have my eye on as well. I'm collecting them just for the fun of opening the boosters and seeing what I get, which I know is a terrible financial investment, but it's a great emotional investment.
Yeah.
So.
I actually I bought a couple of boxes of the Lorcana just to resell in 5 years.
I mean, yeah. That's why I have not. I got all 4 of the Murders at Karloff Manor commander decks, but I haven't opened any of those yet, and those I might keep in box.
Unpainted minis. That's just that's problem on top of problem.
See,
in my mind.
I got into painting them for a hot minute, and then all of my jobs were such that I couldn't because it used to be something where it's like, oh, I could just sit at my desk and work on these, and then I couldn't anymore. I think the last one I painted was Marlowe for Stormwreck Isle. So.
All right.
What you got? Oh, I think we got some duplicates between us.
It should be a medium. Let's go. Put it in there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the medium's gone.
Oh no.
I gotta go to OBS. I gotta go to medium, turn the camera back on, bring it up. There we go. Oh, that's another. Is it another skeleton archer?
Yeah, it's another skeleton archer.
Same.
I believe it's the same. He's just a little more distorted. He's just aiming in a different spot.
Actually, different. No. That arm is super bent.
Like I said, he's just aiming in a different spot.
I don't. It's really hard to tell. I mean, actually, I can tell by looking at the numbers on the bottom.
Oh, well,
the same.
fine. We could just do it the logical way then.
They're different. No, they're. Oh, this one's hard to read. They're both 6. Yeah, that's because the numbers cut off on one of them.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, they are technically the same. One of them just yeah. His elbow, instead of being bent like a normal elbow, is bent if you cracked it in the other direction. It's fine. It just means you can tell apart who's your A and who's your B.
Yeah. This is hard to read for sure. Yeah, I can't read that at all.
This is a wax replica. I know because I also have one. The box I just opened. Yeah. It's a construct made out of a very poor choice of material if you have any evocation wizards involved.
Yeah. How are the paint jobs between the two? Let's see. I definitely, one of them seems to have a little bit redder hair, and there's a little bit of difference in our smirkitude, I think. Our melty wax is pretty good between both, though. Yeah, definitely slightly different, though. I mean, again, these are painted by humans.
Yeah. That is one thing that again, if I get back into painting minis, is that some of these, even the pre-painted ones, I might go in and doctor a little bit, just either to improve the look or to help differentiate. I could totally see taking one of these guys and just putting a little bit of a purple wash on a coat to make it a little bit darker so that you can tell them apart, so you can kind of have your A and your B.
So I had an interesting thing. So we were going to paint terrain tonight, but I had to prime a lot of it. So I started to gather a bunch of it out, and we had a resin mini break and spill resin because even 5 hours in the sun doesn't cure.
Yeah, if it seals all the way off, the middle just stays goo. Fun fact.
And then breaks it eventually.
Yeah.
Welcome to Nord Games Kickstarter. So I put them out in the sun out back on a box to at least cure.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it. So then I went out the next day. The box was gone, and minis were not minis, but the terrain pieces were all over, and half of them had been run over.
Oh no!
It's oh, terrible. Oh well.
Well.
Yeah.
Minor setbacks. I have an army of bullywugs we can paint.
Nice.
They're not useful for anything other than a bunch of bullywugs.
Relentless
killer.
I like to have it turn around.
Yeah. No, you're much better at the dramatic reveal.
Wow. I mean,
It's pretty cool.
you sure you don't want to stop?
Yeah.
No, I'm relentless. But what if you did?
Hear me out though. Like, what if we just didn't fight? Like, I could just leave. I don't know what treasure's in here. I don't need to know.
Oh.
Ooh.
Vampiric Mind Flayer.
Oh yeah, that's my jam.
Where's the middle?
Look at all them teeths. Oh, that's very fun. We got a good selection of Mind Flayer adjacent stuff without ever actually getting just a Mind Flayer in any of the packages that have them, which is very funny.
All right, is that all of the?
I have 3 more left.
They're never ending. Oh, 3 more minis.
3 more minis.
Okay, yeah.
I said we could only do half and save the other half. You were like, no, let's go for jars. So I know we have one of these in stock already. This is Elise Mordenheim's Beloved, who I believe is zombified.
What up? The lean.
Definitely. Yeah, another candidate for our gangster lean.
But yeah, it's
You know, she does a lot of parkour. Or something. Keeping on some of our themes, we've got a crocodile-headed mummy. I believe that would be Sobek, I think, is the Egyptian crocodile god.
That's cool.
I believe it's Sobek. But yeah, that's pretty nifty. I'm into that. And then I have one more big boy. He is so big I'm scared to put him on our little thing. He's so big that I haven't taken him out of the plastic yet. He was braced in with an extra
zip tie.
Zip tie, yeah.
Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah.
We could try the huge.
And I can try putting him on the.
Yeah, let's
spin.
see if it spins.
All right, is everybody ready for this? Everybody ready for the terror that is?
It doesn't spin.
He can't do it. He's so heavy. This, my friends, is a zombie clot. He is made of people.
Wow.
And he is hefty.
You know what? I'm gonna try something. Let me try something totally crazy here. I'm gonna reset the transform on this huge creature and just transition to the entire.
Okay.
Gross.
Yeah.
You need a.
Sorry. I'm trying to. There we go. Here we go. I can hold him up. Because then I can spin him around very gently. I just had to get my correct. Sorry, I'm functioning in reverse, so I'm having to find my. There we go. So yeah, this is the zombie clot.
Wow.
You can see him in comparison to just my normal human hands. He has all these little screaming people.
Let's see what Miniature Market has to say about this. Out of stock, $16. I bet you could get more than that.
Probably. He's a good looking boy. We'll just get a little again.
What did you call it?
A zombie clot. Here is just a standard size medium creature.
Oh, it looks like $12 with $4 shipping. This is a good one. Why not get this one? It's $17 with $25 for shipping.
Ah, yes.
You know,
what's really important is that I pay more for my shipping than I did for my item.
Yeah.
Which I have occasionally done, but that's more like if I need to import something from the UK, to be fair. But yeah, anyway, was not the big boy that I was kind of hoping for, but I'm not mad about it. That is just because that's a pretty weird, cool look. Oh man, like look at this little guy down here, just like escaping out of his butt. This is so good.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and roll that back inside, and in fact, maybe just pull it off all together as we
kind of wrap up. And by wrap up, I mean I will be wrapping up a bunch of minis too. I won't really. I actually did bring a storage box to put the smaller ones in to make transport a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then I will get these cataloged, and then some of them will probably show back up here for Phandelver and below, if Tiana wants to use any of them for any of the specifics for that. We have a fair number of things in stock, but I know there's some that's kind of hyper specific to that campaign that might be handy to have, like our new terrifying ochre jelly buddy with a face and stuff like that. So
nice. Thank you for buying all of this.
Yeah, thanks for letting me justify my retail therapy as creating content for the channel. It's kind of fun to do some of the casual hangout streams every so often, just to like shake things up a little bit and all of that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where actually this is a good question for the chat. So in the past, when we've been like, okay, we know we've got a couple of days off, we threw in a one shot or a two shot. Sometimes we did just especially if it was like, hey, it's 20 minutes from we go live, I'm not showing up. As a DM, that can kind of derail a campaign. So then we do just a chat session. Currently, when we know we're going to be off, we slot in Golden Vault to get through that. The goal is to get through all the modules in that book. Yeah.
We just want to be able to say that we completed it. And because of the way that we're running it, we have when we know we're going to, that Tiana is going to be out of town or out of state for multiple weeks, we can just slide that in.
And it's a game where it's very much you have a 3-episode commitment.
Yes.
So
that's a little easier to do in that respect.
So I guess poll question chat. Would you rather see an RPG, one shot, two shot, or
stuff
chatting,
like this? Yeah.
Opening minis, or just chatting, or doing world building, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What's the sort of content that you would be interested in, especially when it is that we know it's only going to be a week.
Duke League says both.
Which we appreciate, but if you have any specific preference, that is more helpful to us because it helps us know what direction to take our content. We appreciate those of you that are just down for whatever we do. Genuinely, that's great. Yeah.
I think, when we do, so this is just us saying how cool these minis are. Yeah. But, looking at other things, like literally doing a world building stream or doing a hey, let's talk about this module, or let's talk about this new RPG that might be out there. Or would you rather have us to produce content for YouTube so that it's a much higher production value and scripted versus just live chat?
Yeah,
these are all things.
No, I mean, but that's also there are a lot of us in the QNZ group that do also have a lot of narrative experience and narrative interests. So is that, would people prefer to see the higher polish, more narratively scripted content as opposed to just live all the time? I do like the idea, Spike, of the one shots in the different games using the starters. It only works again kind of if we know in advance, so that we can do that limited time. Hey, we know we're doing 2 weeks, so we're gonna do the quick starter version of this, and we only need you to commit for 2 weeks. It does not, unfortunately, solve our problem of we're already here, and then we find out someone's not coming. So it has its purposes. For sure.
We do also have a media kit that we can send out to companies if they would like to sponsor a starter starter set playthrough.
If you know of places that are getting ready to launch a
Kickstarter or even
and
Prancer.
or even if it's supplements for a game that we've already touched or whatever, like we would love to demo those things and or because we have Vespro too, help produce those Kickstarter videos. That's something that we absolutely have the resources for. So
yeah, I think one of the things that was nice. Spike, you weren't here when I mentioned this earlier. I had Chris Haskins was in, and he recorded videos about each one of his products, and it got me really excited about world building using those tools.
Yeah. Well, and like we talked about, we've got the Nord Games ones. I think we both just got the Oracle generator.
Yeah, the character generator. Yeah.
And those are really cool and would be kind of fun to maybe do as like a one-off and play around with. And I will say, this is my personal bias. I, as a GM and as a player, struggle with having chat be too interactive when I'm in a long-term campaign because it's hard to balance the chat affecting the story with the story that I have prepared.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like pulling the cards in the bits, that's not too terrible, but anything too far beyond that can really derail like the plan for a session. But being able to do collaborative world building so that you can still have those interactive moments and then the campaigns can be a little bit more we're telling the story and you guys are just viewing might help balance some of that too.
Spike, you worked on the character generator? Because I know you worked on a couple of, or at least a couple, probably a few products. Oh, well, yeah, the secret YouTube channel, the Tabletop Today.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's, if you remember the Untitled podcast, which 13 of you may, which was our Amy and I's pandemic, oh my God, let's do something, we've got time. I got to interview Rob Davia with that. That was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
And
That was
Chris
a good episode.
Haskins and a friend of ours who we played Horror on the Orient Express with who made the Librarians card game.
Oh, that's right.
Which we still have. We should play that.
Oh, yeah.
I've not played it at all. I don't think I've opened it.
I have so many board games that if we want to start doing board game streams that are non-legacy, I've got so many really good recent options that we haven't played yet.
Yeah. So, I forgot what the question was. Let me put my glasses back on.
You were just filling in on the being excited to use the yeah and stuff. But yeah, okay. Well, that was. We're gonna have to run multiple polls in multiple places because you guys are really lovely and we love that you guys just want to watch whatever we do, but also like we need more feedback on what you guys actually want to see to help us make decisions.
Yeah.
I'll start a Google poll. We can put it everywhere.
Nice. Yeah. So one of the things that I plan on doing is settlements and destinations, and just building a bunch of places. Not putting them anywhere, but then taking them and figuring out where in Darylyn I want to put them. So then kind of, obviously not all of them will make it, but then being able to figure out where they go and what that lore ends up being around there, that'll dive into ideally a product, a setting, but then another project that we're working on that's podcast first. Yeah. I'll just say podcast first. It's actually an interesting way to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think that's really helpful. And that's also a fun way to let folks be involved with things on a certain level, which I think is great. And I know is something that y'all love doing. It's just not always conducive in every scenario. So, yeah.
And then systems. I guess that's another thing.
I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum behind the scenes that I really want to play new systems, and I have a massive collection of like non-mainstream systems that I want to play with. The trickiest thing of that is just like there has to be there has to be preparedness. Like, that has to be a thing where it's like, okay, we're going to commit to, like, we're going to do a 4-shot over the month, the month of October, we're going to do this, and locking people in who can commit to 4 episodes and then are willing to meet up and learn the system beforehand so we can stream it. And I think that's the key. I think the key with what we're doing versus, say, like, Meme of the Month. Like, Meme of the Month, we've played a lot of different systems because it's all based on a meme anyway, so we're not super worried about having all the mechanics exactly right. I think for what we're doing here, we would want to take the time to, like, make sure everybody at the table has at least reviewed the system together and kind of learned it a little bit before we start putting it out there.
Yeah, or you end up with, like, the Carbon Gray RPG where none of us knew, even the GM, how the game ran, because we just ran into, like, oh my god, we're going live, and okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah,
and I think there's obviously a style of game that is designed for, you kind of have the Grant Howitt style one-page RPGs that are perfectly designed for, you've never seen this before, you have 5 minutes to prep and just go. And I think those can be really fun on occasion to just slot in. But I think for anything that is a larger system, I think it's really nice to take the time to, like, set up our back end and be a little bit prepared. So
yeah. So things are. I
hear what you're saying, Spike, with the beauty starters being that they're meant to be played out of the box and give pre-gen characters, except that I have watched streams where people have tried to do that, and it's just been them sitting there reading the rule book to try to figure out, like, what are the stats? What dice am I rolling? So there still has to be, like, I think for the purposes of a streaming game, specifically, like, I think at home, do that, because you're all sitting there, you're fun, you're joshing around. Yeah. I think for the purposes of a stream game, there has to be at least one, even if it's meant to be played immediately out of the box, like, the GM has to at least have read it over, because we've tried that before, and it has not been our best content, So I think that's one of my bugbears, which is why I'm deeply unpopular, is that I am a very strong proponent of when you're playing for an audience versus playing at home, it is a very different way of playing, and you cannot do it the same way.
Yeah, you need a lot more pre-production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of stuff in the cooker. We love hearing from you guys. If you are not someone who's in our Discord yet, we would love to see you in our Discord. And if you are in our Discord, we would love to hear from you about what you're most interested and what you would like us to see, and especially in the vein of, like, what is new content that you would want to see, or what are the current things that we're doing that you'd like to see more of, because we do get a lot of comments about, like, past stuff that we've done that is in the past, and a lot of things about our production setup have changed, and a lot of things about our time availability have changed, and so we can't go backwards on a lot of these things, but we do absolutely want to keep moving forward. We've got lots of stuff that we're very interested in working on, and we would love to know what you guys are also most interested in seeing from us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We should play Honey Heist at some point. We should just slot in an insane Golden Vault themed Honey Heist. In the way that Critical Role did a Honey Heist set in the Vox Machina world, we should just do a Golden Vault Honey Heist. That would be very funny.
Nice. Speaking of Golden Vault, Stuart has a lot of life updates, so you're definitely going to want to tune in to see what Stuart has been up to.
Tune in on Monday. It's going to be weird. If you were watching that campaign to figure out tips for running your own version, there's going to be a lot of drastic changes to this module because it's too similar to a previous module that we've already played, and so we're going to have to. I'm having to modify some things, which will be fun. Yeah. That's fine. That's what you should do. If you open up a book and you're like, this looks exactly like the last thing we played, just change it. Mm-hmm. No reason not to.
That's the. It's kind of funny. I mean, I guess thinking about if you were to slot in the two modules that are very similar into a different campaign, which one would you choose? The one we did already, or the one that's upcoming?
This one's actually I think this one's better written. I think, like, if I had realized how similar this one was to the one that we already played, I would have preferred this one over that one. The interesting thing was, the one that it is similar to was the second level 5 module, which was the one where you guys fully that's why I say it's better written, because you guys fully bypassed like half of the content that was in there because you didn't need to go through it, and I, in the moment, should have and didn't think to force you guys to do it. You know, like forcibly get you stuck in the basement, make you run the gauntlet. That was a failing on me as a GM. But now, like, the third episode of that module was fully wholesale invented based on the backstory of the NPC that I have as the ride-along for these exact moments. Oops. And so this one, I think, for the purposes of what it's supposed to be, it is a much more straightforward standard heist. And I also think it's the sort of thing that you guys can probably solve in 10 minutes. So I am trying to figure out where I am making the adjustments on, like, is it an upfront adjustment where I raise the stakes, or am I going to give it to you as written with, this seems like a very low stakes, minimal problem, and then when you're in the middle of it, suddenly the stakes get raised because you find out new information. So little preview of our kind of after dark chat that happens, and also just the chat that we're starting to do more of around the studio, which is talking more on the back end about, like, what is the plan? You know, obviously everything's improv, things can change, but, like, it is such a smoother game when you come in having read the full thing and with a full plan of what you think is going to happen, so that if they fully, I don't know, skip all of the parts of the module that actually had content and you have to make up a third session, you can do that in an informed way. It was such a weird one.
Nice.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that is going to wrap it up for this unboxing of so many minis.
Yeah.
So many minis.
So many minis.
Thank you, Alandra.
And thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Thank you guys for joining us here on Twitch. This will not be our last Twitch stream for sure. Yeah. And keep
an eye on our Discord. Monday will be Golden Vault. That will be over on YouTube in what is normally the Phandelver slot. Next Saturday, GDS is still going to be off because we're still down a couple of players. So keep an eye on our Discord, and we might be painting terrain, or we might just be off. We're hopefully we're painting terrain.
I would, yeah. I think about. So I've had like 2 slow weeks, and then that stops.
Yeah.
So
we might do some world building. Because that's lower lift. So we'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. I've got, let's see, I have a button on my thing in front of me. So
we do remember how to Twitch. Go team.
Follow on Twitch.
Yeah.
You guys are...
Best way to support us is on our Patreon.
Yes.
Please follow and subscribe everywhere that you can, but the best way to support us is on our Patreon. And telling people about us. If you want to post a link to your favorite video, post a link to the VOD of this so that people know that we did it. I don't know. But thank you. Thank you always for any kind of support you can give.
Yes. All right, I'm going to hit this button. Bye, everyone.
Do it.
Bye.